All right, looks like we are live, and we're gonna give it a few minutes. Let a couple people join in. Looks like we got two, one of which is probably me on my phone or other window app here, which is now playing an ad. So let's mute that while we wait for people to show up. Got a few things to talk about here. Sorry, still working out this whole streaming setup and all my computer windows and everything I got going on, which I have multiple monitors in here. All right, I kind of put up the info for this a little bit late, so we're going to give it one more minute here. I think some of you guys might be able to guess some of the news that I got coming up if you saw the thumbnail for this stream. And no, it's not clickbait. I know you don't see Sling right now like I have in the thumbnail, but I promise you it is real. Which I'll show you that in a second. Okay, let me turn this off. All right, so first bit of this, just gonna do the talking, let you know what's going on, and then we'll get into the chat as people jump in, because I know a lot of people don't always catch these lives as they happen, especially when I'm not giving you guys notice and I don't have an actual schedule yet. Because last time I think I did the live on a Wednesday or Thursday. I think it was a Thursday. Whereas now it's obviously a Friday at 6. And I want to start doing weekly lives. Just a question of when. A perfect time for me would actually be during the day, possibly morning, early afternoon. But I don't know how good that is for a live stream and who all can watch during that time of day. But that said, I will probably test it out when I do a live that's more about a specific topic, some that's a little bit more rewatchable, and see what happens, because some of you may be around earlier in the day, some of you may not. Okay, so let's get to today's topic, or at least what we're going to start out with, and what the thumbnail is about. So, life and its curveballs, which popped in my head because of Fascato. He commented on my last week's video, which, if you haven't seen by now, my company got acquired, and as a lot of acquisitions go, they cut a bunch of the workforce for the company that is acquired, and I was part of the large group that didn't make the cut, so I ended up getting laid off. And that was last week's news. And now, because my scatterbrain forgets things, before I continue on, I want to say one good piece of news, and that is I want to give a shout out to Stuart. He is my first channel member. He went ahead and became a member, which I really, really, really appreciate that. My very first one, again, if you haven't seen that, I did start up a channel membership to hopefully give you guys a couple extra perks beyond what I already do, which is not going to change at all on my videos. So again, Stuart, thank you for being my first channel member at the moment. All right, so back to life's curveballs. So yeah, we had the whole layoff thing happen last month that I talked about last week. And because for some reason the universe is like, when one bad thing happens, I think it like feels your game for more bad things. Like, let's just dump other stuff on there. So if you didn't see my update or my thumbnail, I was wearing this sling in it, which I'm not wearing now because I don't have to have it at this moment. But it is needed because I have torn a bicep tendon. I don't know if that sounds bad or not. It kind of does. So I'll show you what I'm talking about here in a second. Now, the big problem is with the torn bicep tendon, mine is torn pretty bad. And they are going to have to do surgery on it. So, a lot of bad news there because, as some of you may know, besides racing, my other home away from home has been the ice rink. It's been the hockey. And unfortunately, the biggest part of the tear happened during my last hockey game last week. I partially tore it getting stuff out of my storage unit because of I got laid off. And then during a hockey game, I slammed up into the boards pretty hard, leaning with my right arm in first, and my arm just exploded and tore my tendon even worse to where my bicep is up near my shoulder now, basically. So fun. So not only the recovery on that is going to be like 3 to 4 months, so I can no longer go on ice rink or play hockey for that whole amount of time, but it's also going to affect this channel in a way, and it's going to affect racing because I can't do work on my car with a bum arm. There's some things I'll be able to do, but other things that require two arms or movement and lifting and things like that, I'm just not going to be able to do for a while. Now, I am not, obviously haven't had the surgery yet, which is why I'm not wearing a sling at the moment. I just had a consult with the ortho surgeon today talking about it. So here, let me just show you guys what I'm talking about. So it's my right arm, which I guess the camera has me flip. And here, I'll get up. So you can see that's nice and flat. This is my good arm. This is my bad arm. So I don't know if you could see that big old hole right there. So yeah, my tendons are just all balled up right here, and my muscles up here. So they are going to, I talked to the surgeon, and basically what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to cut my arm right here and get in there, grab the tendon in the muscle, and pull it back down here, and then kind of stitch it to the bone to let the tendon reattach itself to my arm. So, yeah. It's hard to see on the camera, but so that is more of life's curveballs. Yay, fun. Not only the medical part of it, the surgery thing, but obviously when you get laid off, you no longer have insurance. Now, luckily, there's Cobra, which is expensive. Oh my gosh, but I have no choice. I had to sign up for Cobra because this is not going to be cheap. It already hasn't been cheap because my Cobra is still processing, so they're not showing it as valid. So hopefully that takes place soon. But still, that's just one other thing on a whole pile of things. So what's going to happen with the car stuff? There's some things like I have the thing a lot of you have been asking me about, my harness bar and bracing the back of my Kirky seat. There's just no way I'm going to be able to do that one-handed. So that's going to be on hold for a little bit. I have firewall stuff, which it's light enough, but the problem is trying to work inside the car in a tight space. It's not going to be that easy with one arm, and then making sure I don't damage or do some with my right arm. Because right now I'm okay without a sling because there's really nothing much I can do, and I'm sitting down, so when I'm moving around I wear the sling to make sure I don't accidentally screw things up with my arm. But once I get the surgery done, once they cut into here and get that tendon in there, it's going to be a long recovery. So they said the first week I'm going to have a splint on my arm, so I won't be able to move it whatsoever. Then after a week they'll take the splint off, and then they'll give me a hinged brace, but it's the type of hinged brace that has like a little dial on the elbow, and it basically prevents your arm from bending at too great of an angle, and then slowly as it recovers, they increase the angle you can extend your arm. So obviously there's only so much I can do on cars with that. So before I get my surgery, which I haven't scheduled that yet, it's probably going to happen next week. This is one of the things you want to get done quick because the longer you wait, the tendon pulls back further and it's harder to reattach. So before I get that surgery done, I need to swap the wheels on my car really quick. I still have my drag wheels on, And since now I'm definitely not going to be racing till Moparty, luckily the 3-4 month recovery means should be good for Moparty. But I do want to drive my car before then, so I need to put my street wheels on. So I can get that done before the surgery, because I can mostly do everything to use a jack and lift a wheel with my left arm. But I may need my right to just kind of support things a little bit, so I definitely want to get that done before I get surgery on my arm. So that is, yeah, that's the story with that whole thing. And again, the whole part where hockey is my other thing, and I can't do that either. So if you want to know how this happened, it's basically because I'm old. If you look up the common cause or where this injury is most common, and it pretty much tells you right away, middle-aged men lifting stuff. And that's what happened. I was lifting something, clearing out a storage unit because I had to clear it out because I didn't have a job anymore, and popped a couple tendons. It was minor at that point. My muscle was still in a normal spot. My tendons were still down here. And then playing hockey, I slammed into the boards, and that's when my arm just exploded and it tore the rest of it, and everything just jumped up here. So, yeah, fun times. All right, before we go on to, I'm going to talk about some other stuff too here in a little bit. Let me just see, a couple of you jumped in. Southern Indiana 1320. How are you? Hanging in the garage with your 1320. Awesome. My 1320 is in the garage. I will eventually, I'd like to set the stream up in there with my 1320 behind me. And I do have a TV to kind of mount on a wall there, kind of make things a little better. So hopefully I can join you in the garage as well at some point. For now, we're just in my office in front of all my glory year 2022. Artillery buff, you're late. The arm, yep. Well, I think I started talking about it right when you jumped in, so I think you've heard that. I'll probably repeat myself about the arm at some point later in the stream. Ronald Reyes, how are you? Man, you keep talking about that place in Canton, Michigan, and I think was the last time you brought that up before I went to Detroit in 22. I don't remember, but whatever. Regardless, I did not get a chance to go. So next time I go to Detroit, I will check that out. Okay, so what else are we going to do to the channel? Since I obviously can't do very much car stuff, the little bit I'll be able to do is I'll try maybe figure out some things that I can do with just one arm. Because there is some lighter weight things I should be able to do. The only problem with that is it's also makes it a little harder filming it, because if I'm doing something with only my left arm, and I am right-handed, so being right-handed, trying to do everything with my left arm, again, I think this webcam switches me around. So this is my left, believe it or not. It's a little bit more unnatural for me, so that means I'm going to be moving slower, so I don't know how good I can... That may make the videos not as good. We'll see what I can do on that. Artillery, you played me at 2x speed. Okay, perfect. Okay, I didn't know you could do that, so that's a cool little trick. Play at 2x speed and get caught up. Yeah, like I said, it happens. Life just... I mean, I can't complain. My car is still in my garage. I'm not in prison. I'm still alive. I have enough money to survive for now, even without a job, so we're good there. Still on a job hunt, so everything is working out. I mean, things could be worse, and at least the surgery is a day surgery, so I'll be in and out. They got to put me under, but they said it'll take about an hour and a half for them to do that surgery, which will probably happen next week. So, yeah, and I think what I'm going to do, again, I'm going to do a lot more lives, at least one a week. Haven't figured out schedule or time yet. I'm playing around with it. Again, I'm going to try a midday, morning, early afternoon one. See how that goes. I know a lot of people watch my replays anyway, so I'm going to try to keep future lives more on like a specific topic, kind of like I know RacerX kind of does that. B Mason sort of does sometimes, and sometimes he does the general chats, motor chats. But because I've got other things to talk about, and that is one thing I can do. So I may not be able to do heavy lifting and a lot of heavy work on cars, but I can get into other things. I have a lot to say about Dodge and things that are going on. Some of the stuff I touched on in the last live. But there's also a lot of other things I've been wanting to talk about, and most of my channel has been mostly racing, how to's, like more practical stuff, and less talking head type stuff. Which some people told me they actually like that fact that I'm not just a person that catches the trending topic and instantly throws out a video as quick as I can. Although I did do that with the Eclipse. I threw out a short, and man, I got like 55,000 views on. Well, the short views don't really matter or mean much anyway. Um, but I think part of the reason I try to stay away from a lot of those type of things is a lot of it is opinion, a lot of it is speculation, which after years and years of listening to like sports radio and things like that, it just kind of gets old because people are just guessing everything and then it turns out something completely different happens. But you know, it can be fun. So I'm probably am going to do a little bit more of that because after my surgery, when I really can't do anything, my head can still talk and I can be a talking head. So I will probably do some more of those. But I do also have a lot of videos that I've already recorded footage for that I need to get done. So I know I've been talking about it, but life has been busy and I just haven't had a chance to do it. So things like I just filmed a little bit more to finish a video I'm doing on Hot Shot Secret things. So this will be a video coming up here soon. I just got a couple more things to finish on this, and it's testing the products. A couple of them, my way of testing, not really great. A couple product vids, stuff they use at a track, like the tire inflator I use, a generator. I got a couple things on batteries, not necessarily lithium battery, just other car batteries and things. We have a road rage incident. I've had this for a while. I got victim of a road rage. Car hit my Ram. Nothing major, but I got it on dash cam. It's a little dark and fuzzy, but I need to do a video on that. Got like a new impact. Finally got a power impact wrench. Still don't have a power ratchet, but I did get a power impact wrench, so we got that. Might do a touch. Actually, no, I can't do this one. So one of the things I want to do, my car. So my 1320, I believe I may have a leaking valve cover gasket. Yeah, so there is that, but I'm not going to be able to tackle that job with a bum arms, so that video won't become. But I have filmed some intro stuff to it because when I discovered the leak coming out of the valve cover. I have a video started regarding the tick I talked about for those that watch my Legion of Demons video. I did do an oil change and get an oil analysis after Legion of Demons because of that tick that freaked me out. So I've got that to talk about. And what else? Some 3.6 Pentastar stuff with the Jeep that I did. Just some minor. So there's still some things I need to get going there. And we'll see what else I can do with the one single arm. And I'm looking at my folder here with all the footage I've got going. So, all right, let's just jump back to this chat here. Hard Rock, Vermont. Happy Friday from Vermont. Thank you for joining. You need new front brake pads and rotors for your 21 Scat 6-piston front. What band? Okay, let me. I will say this. A lot of people, when you ask brakes, a lot of people say power stop. I don't like power stop. Maybe they're fine for the Challenger, but I've had power stop in my Avenger. I hated them. I literally had them for a year. Ended up going with EBC brakes that were awesome. I don't think EBC makes the brakes for Challengers though. So I had one bad experience with power stop, and then I decided to try power stop for my Ram, and I have a video on it for when I did the rear brakes. I got their, or not rear, but the front brakes. I did their truck and tow kit. And I'm just not happy with the power stops on my Ram. And if I can go back, would not get the power stops on the Ram. So that's 0 for 2 with me and power stop. And so I would not recommend it, even though if you go to any Challenger forum, the first one that'll come up, most people say power stop. So anyway, that's my view. Everybody else seems to have better luck with that. But other than that, what brand would I myself recommend? I would get TBM. Go lightweight. Get those cool little scalloped ones. Of course, then you're changing everything, and then you can fit 15-inch wheels. So if this is a case of let me recommend what I would personally do, I would get. In fact, I do plan on eventually getting those TBM brakes. which they're more for track, and I think technically they have to say they're track only, but they go on cars that are hitting almost 200 miles an hour and a quarter, and they're fine. And people have them on street cars. But other than that, I can't. I mean, there's obviously OEM, but then I hear OEM run you like $4,000 or something crazy like that. So maybe some other people can jump in if they've done other brakes, because I only have 11,000 miles on my Challenger, so I haven't done brakes. And when I do, I'm gonna get the TBMs on there. Artillery buff. Wish you lived closer. Man, I could use that. We'll be driving through the Panhandle in June on your way to Nashville. Okay, I'm trying to think. So I'm gonna guess then you're probably going through Amarillo, and then you're probably just heading straight east, going through Oklahoma City, and out to Nashville, which I think I've taken that route before. But that'll be a fun trip. I'll be there in September because I drive through Nashville to get to Moparty and Bowling Green. Never drive without a dash cam with front and rear cameras. Yep, I do not have a rear camera though on my truck. I only have a front one because I have the that Escort radar detector dash cam combo unit. That's what I have in my truck, and they don't have a. At least I need to check, and maybe they came out some, but from what I know, they don't have a rear camera option to add to that. So I would like to get a rear camera, but for now I at least have the front camera. And yeah, that'll be a fun video. I want to kind of turn into a little other video because I got some rubbing compound. I want to talk about that from my body shop days, and this situation with my Ram is a perfect case scenario for it. Oh, and speaking of damage and body shop days, I have hail damage on my Ram. So that is going to be a video that I want to get done because of my background. In fact, I've worked thousands of hail claims as an adjuster and worked in collision shops. So I want to do a video, help people out to kind of help them figure out what they want to do when they get hail damage on their vehicles and how to get the most from their insurance, most what they're owed. We're not talking anything illegal or anything. We're just talking about giving people what they're owed. If you plan on fixing your hail, it's not a big issue. But if you don't necessarily want to fix it, you're still owed for that damage, because if you sell it or trade it in, you're going to get less value because of it. So you may as well get paid for that damage. So that's another video I've got coming at some point. I need to record it, but we're still in hail season here in Texas, so it's stupid to get all that started now because odds are we might get hit with another hailstorm. So I want to wait till afterwards. And plus my truck is white, and hail dents just do not show up that good. Most people don't even know that I have hail damage on my truck, but me, I did it for so long, I'd see it instantly. So, okay. All right, Hard Rock, Vermont, street muscle only, 20-inch stock. Yeah, TBMs probably aren't for you. They really are more for track only. So I wish I knew what other than, like I said, just everybody always recommends Power Stop, and I'm just not a fan of them. Artillery buff Ram 3500 got hammered with golf ball. Oh yeah, golf ball sized hail in South Dakota a few years ago. Messed up your roof and hood. Yeah, I actually got hit with hail in South Dakota when I was there the other year too. Except the hail that came down was like, it's kind of like that Sonic crushed ice, and it was about dime size. So dime size, most of the time it depends on the storm. Normally you're not getting damage until you get up to closer to like nickel ping pong ball sized. Dime size, it depends. If the storm is really windy, if it's coming down fast, depending where the hail gets formed and all that, and there's a lot of it, you'll probably get damage, but it's really small and hard to see. Like normal people, most of them won't ever even see it. So it's kind of hit and miss with dime size. But then when you have the kind that isn't as hard, that is like what I had in South Dakota, it's like crushed ice from Sonic, it just obliterates on impact. And so I never got any hail damage at all from that. I did get on video all the hail hitting my RV in a truck, and I inspected close. I didn't get any hail damage on that. So yeah, I think I remember talking to Artillery about that hail, because I brought that up before, because it's something I've been wanting to do for a long time. Just because a lot of people don't really know as much about how to deal with that. But I think you said you were getting it fixed, so hopefully you got that all fixed up. Okay. What else we got going on here? I think I talked about most everything. B5 Beast, what's up, man? Yeah, I know you met. I know you met. Forshaken. He has the 426 supercharged red shaker. I told him I was looking forward to meeting you finally. Now that you're out here in Texas, and yeah, just life. Yeah, didn't really happen. But I was talking to him. And I don't know how your day went at Big Showdown. I like the Big Showdown and I hate the Big Showdown. I like it because you get to meet a lot of people. It's the whole YouTuber thing and all that. I hate it because you don't get a lot of racing in. Most years, it's, all the big names, they get their races in and they make sure you get the roll racing in. And then by the end of the day, you've spent most of it in a staging lanes waiting to get 2, 3 runs, 4 runs. At least that's what it seems to be most weekends. So hopefully you had a little better experience than that. I did see your short vid with the run against the turbo truck. That was pretty cool. So, but hey, hopefully I'll see you out. Maybe I'll hit up a. We got what, streetcar takeover? Actually, let me pull up my calendar here really quick. Where do I got it? I got a few things. So okay, we got streetcar takeover beginning of June. I don't know that I'm going to make that because of my case since you just joined. So, yeah, I don't know if you can see the big old hole right there. Yeah, I tore my distal bicep tendon, so I'm going to have surgery done on that here soon. If I get it done by beginning of May, then come streetcar takeover, I'll be a month into recovery. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make the race. So that may not happen. Then what do we got? I'm sure we'll have some hot summer night testing tunes that they do at Motorplex. Maybe I'll hit one of those up. But then looks like nothing till September. Yeah, September 7th we got Race Wars. Maybe I'll do that, but my big race is Holly Mo Party in Kentucky, and that's the weekend after. So that's my can't miss race. No matter what happens, I will be at Mo Party in Kentucky one way or another. Let's see what else we got. King of the Open Road, where's that? Oh, King of the Open Road, that's at the Motorplex, but that's not till November. And then we're getting in Streetcar Showdown, that's in December. So, man, hopefully I don't wait till that long to finally get to meet you out there. But, yeah, see what we can do. And former Air Force. I guess I was told you're a recruiter, which makes sense why you're out in an area of Texas where I don't think there's a base anywhere around there. Okay, so that's what we got going on there. Okay, now I'm going to take this little break while I think I talked about a lot of stuff I've been talking about. So I want to bring up another thing I brought up last time. And this is how you can help me or help others. That have channels, or if you want to support somebody. I brought this up before, and I feel like some of you guys have been going on Amazon and buying stuff through my links because I've noticed a few more clicks and things coming in. So again, just a free way to help out whoever you want to help out with. If there's someone that has Amazon links for products, if you want to buy something off Amazon, even if it's not that specific product, use their links because Amazon will actually give them a cut of the money, kind of a little commission for helping direct people to their site. On your end as a buyer, it does absolutely nothing different. You pay the same price, everything's the same. It just takes a little bit of money out of Amazon's pockets and puts it into the little guy's pockets. And I actually had one guy I met at Mo Party, awesome dude. He actually messaged me today on Facebook and said, hey, I'm buying a couple of cans of Boostain, and hey, I saw you had this link. Is this the right link and all that? So that was really cool. So I really appreciate him doing that because, again, it's one of those things that I do the same thing. If I know I'm buying something, I'll go to like somebody that has an Amazon link and go to their channel because I obviously can't do my own. But I'll go to their channel, find a link for them, or through their storefront. That's the other thing. Even if you want to buy something completely unrelated, or your wife or girlfriend wants to buy something, tell them go through this link. Or go through, like I have an Amazon storefront. You can go click any link to any product once you're on Amazon, then go to what you want to buy, and that still helps out the person who provided that link or has that storefront. So anyway, that's a quick spiel on, hey, help me, because I got to pay for Cobra to. Well, Cobra only covers so much. My health insurance plan, God, I don't want to get started. That's another rant, but that has nothing to do with cars, and that is health insurance in this country. But yeah, I'm probably gonna be hitting my deductible this year, which means since I have to pay for this Cobra, man, I'm gonna go to a doctor and see everything for every issue and every checkup, every possible thing I can get. Because if I'm gonna hit my deductible, I may as well take advantage of that 0% after that. Troy Buff, you buy a ton of stuff, Amazon Prime, make sure, man, I appreciate that. Basically, if you go to any one of my videos, every video, I'll have any description below it. I will have links to the stuff I had used in that video. So, for example, my big one now that I think is giving me a lot of links is my exhaust manifold bolt brake repair on my Ram with the 5.7. So I have links in description specifically to the replacement bolts, aftermarket exhaust manifold, and all the things that I use in that video. But then even in the videos where I may not have products or something, I will have a link to my storefront, which is just like amazon.com/shop/scavenger1320. I think that's it. And yeah, so basically any one of my videos in description will have either a product link or the storefront link or both. So it doesn't matter which one you go to. That's all it is. Fascato, hey, what's going on? You're the inspiration for the title of this live. I saw your comment the other day about life's curveballs. So I was like, for some reason that stuck in my head because, again, my arm, my torn bicep is yet another curveball that got thrown at me. So I was like, let's just call this live life's curveballs because you usually get more than one, right? You don't just face one pitch, you face a bunch before you're out or you score and get on base. So we're 2 strikes in, 2 curveballs, 0-2. Hopefully we can knock one out before we get thrown out. So all right, let's see what's going on here. Hold on, I got a text from the missus here. Oh. Just got a text back. Sorry about this, guys, but you know how it goes. If you're married, you know how it goes. Yep, I'm telling you, it's one of those things. One bad thing happens and you get a bunch of others. But hey, it could be worse. I just always think of that. There's a lot of people a lot worse off than me, and I can't complain. I still have a house. I'm not in prison. I'm alive. Family's all healthy. I'm the only one that's falling apart. I am middle-aged. Old man, bones and tendons just falling apart. Oh, you had a rough 3. Yeah, Boss Savannah, I feel like you were all over YouTube for a while, and I remember you came out to the big showdown. I think it was my first big showdown I did 3 years ago. I think that's the one you were out at. And then I feel like you kind of disappeared for a little while, but I've noticed recently you've started posting a little bit more or showing up, so yeah, sorry you had to hear you had some rough years there, but you made it through. You're on the other side, so well, hopefully I'll see you out again. And actually, Fascato, I think you're out in Artillery Buff. I think you're out in that area. He's out in Arizona, which I think aren't you in? I think you're in Arizona. Last I checked, I think you were in Arizona, somewhere around there. I still need to make it out west one day. Hold on. Okay. One day I will make it out to the West Coast. I will make it out to the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Who knows? Maybe next year. Maybe things will turn around. We'll see. I keep saying it. It'll happen. One way or another, it will happen. I'll make my way out there eventually. All right, let me get a little more water, we'll call it. Or this Mickey Redmond says ginger ale. Call it ginger ale. Needed after meeting with the orthopedic surgeon today, talking about my arm and all the things they have to do to it. Because I'm not looking forward. It's been a while since I've had any kind of surgery and stuff done. Definitely been a while since I've had to have anesthesia and get put under. Give me just a second. I gotta do some. Be right back. Going to Thrush event this weekend, a drag race. Nice. Casa Grande. I gotta look that up. I have no idea where that is. That is, okay, just south of Phoenix there. And I think Kingman is more towards the northern side. Oh yeah, way up there. Not too far from Vegas. Yeah, I have been out there before. Been out at Luke Air Force Base. I knew some people out there back in when I used to be in the Air Force. Drove through. I actually went to a truck show at, I don't know what it's called now, but it used to be called Firebird Raceway or Firebird something. I think that's it. You guys will know, but yeah, I've been out there. That was 25 years ago. That's been a long time. Tucson, yeah. Tucson's got that aircraft graveyard out there. I know that. Okay, so, well, oh, it's Firebird again. Okay. You know, I was wondering that because I saw somebody post something and talking about going to Firebird, and I thought maybe it's just somebody that has been there forever because, you know, how tracks are, they'll change names, but people that used to go to them will still refer to them with their old name that they knew it by. So when I saw that, I was like, man, they must be really old because I haven't heard anyone use the Firebird name in a long time, but that's cool. That's where the Thrush event is. All right. I didn't actually race there. I went to, it was a Truckin'. I don't know if you guys remember that magazine Truckin', but they had a Truckin' Nationals, and that's when everything was Rams. I did race Dodge Rams, showed Dodge Rams, all that. So when I went in town to meet with my friends, I ended up going to that show at Firebird Raceway. Didn't actually get to race. I meant to. I wanted to. I don't know why I didn't. I say don't even remember. May 4th has a drag night. That's pretty cool. We don't have very many here. So we just had one, the big showdown at Texas Motorplex, which I missed. They got a bunch in Oklahoma, but again, I won't be racing at least till after I recover from my surgery, whenever that happens, which is probably going to be next week because some that you want to get done pretty quick. All right, so with that, we are, 40 minutes in. I kind of need to start wrapping this up. And so, yeah, so we're going to keep doing these. Again, thank you to Stuart for joining the channel membership. Really appreciate that. And next lives, like I said, I'm going to do other topics. Kind of like, here, actually, I did want to bring this up. So I just got this in the mail today. Power Shot Days, last call. I think it's kind of funny. They're really going off this Power Shot. That's that deal that they have in the electric cars with the little button to get you like instant 25 horse. But I just think this is so funny. Here we are, pretty much basically a third of the way through 2024, and they are still talking about 2023 model year cars. Still talking about. It's like, it's kind of funny to me. It's like going to a bar and a bartender calling for last call at like midnight and then saying, we're going to make as many drinks as we can in the last hour. And then after once 2 hits, they're like, all right, well, we're not making any more drinks, but we have the stockpile of them. So we're going to stay till we sell these all. And then next thing you know, it's 5 in the morning. And last call being said 5 hours ago means nothing. And that's kind of what's going on with Dodge. Like, this is something funny. I got this in the mail today, and it just, I swear, in 10 years, in 2033, you're going to get those Dodge sales reports, and you're still going to see 23 model year cars sold on it. It's just hilarious to me what Dodge did with that whole thing. Is just, oh man, they royally just screwed it all up. What we got talking about they got too much kickback. Wild Horse leased it out instead of tearing it down. All right, Pascato, have a good meal. Hope to see you soon too. Thanks for joining in here. Thanks for being inspiration for my title here. Okay, so Wild Horse is what used to be Firebird and is now Firebird again. Man, track names are so... But hey, it's good that it didn't actually close down and it's being rebuilt, because we've had a string of drag strips closing down, and it's nice to see them going on. So, all right, with that said, let's all get to dinner or whatever you got to go to. And I got to get to my family, and just want to give you guys an update. So thanks for jumping in. Thanks for joining. If you're watching us the replay, thanks for watching that. Appreciate it. Again, I'll come in with more lives, more topic-based, like what I just brought up with the last call, direction of Dodge, all sorts of stuff. And we'll try to stick more on happier. Well, let's face this, Dodge stuff isn't much happier than a busted tendon in my arm. But it is what it is. So thanks again. Appreciate it. See you next time. If I can end the stream. There we go.